La Purisima was the 11th of 21 California missions built in the city that is now Lompoc. This is the footbridge that leads to the mission. Go. Founded in 1787, La Purisima Mission once covered 470 square miles. After an earthquake that in 1812 destroyed the original mission, Father Repair requested permission to build the mission in a different location. It was rebuilt 3 miles north, which had a better water supply, a better climate, and was nearer to El Camino Real.
Ships' captains used to, because they docked at Halama, so the ship's captains usually stayed here overnight and they visited, they brought goods in, and ours always had a dock, and always liked the greyhounds.
I am here at La Purisima Mission. I drove 153 miles from South Pasadena to get here to Lompoc, and I have magically transformed time so that I am traveled back to the past, and I am now in 1822.
This is wicking, and this comes from Europe, and it's made in Europe. And we don't have any means of making it here. We Indians don't have any at all. And see, it's got paper in the center so it will light easier. Well, see, I was 10 years old. I was a 10-year-old child when the Europeans came. And we wandered the hills, and we went long distances and walked long distances. The only means of transportation was walking. We didn't have anything to go with. All these animals you see around here were brought in by the Mexican and Spaniards. They are what we had when I was a little girl. And we used to go to the ocean. But then when the mission came in, they don't let us go anywhere.
In this courtyard, they bake bread in a round oven. Here they are grinding corn to make tortillas. During the mission's early years, several thousand Chumash Indians were baptized in the Catholic Church. Over 100 adobe buildings were built. A water system was developed. Crops and livestock were raised, and La Purisima grew. They used donkey power to grind wheat, barley, olive oil in the mill. Then they pressed the olives to make an oil. Go. The shops and quarters building is related to weaving, candle making, and carpentry. The soldiers and craftsmen also live in the building. They made soap out of tallow, which is animal fat. This is the kiln for pottery.
We're the manager for all the ranches, all the farms and stuff like that. Make sure everything gets planted and the animals get taken to the hides and deal with the ship's captains and everything like that.
This is the residence building where the Padres lived and entertained guests. There was a solo living room and also a kitchen and rooms for weaving and pottery making. There were 2 Padres who oversaw the mission. One of them dealt with administrative duties and the other was in charge of spiritual matters. Chumash lived in traditional houses like these.
This is a TV made out of 2 reeds. It is also very interesting because it is also made out of sticks.
Twenty Chumash families who had adopted European ways lived in 2-room apartments.
Must have taken a lot of work building this. This is the fountain that they use for cooking and drinking. Area. It was used for like dipping clothes and stuff, but now it's used for throwing coins in.
The mission had over 20,000 cattle and sheep, and also had horses, burros, moles, pigs, turkeys, chickens, and ducks.
This is a horse. I am at the church. This church is the second church because the first one was built but then it got destroyed in an earthquake.
The musicians played in the lofts above the stairs. The chorus sang in the back of the church below the missions. Father Paris is buried under the main altar of the church. The mission was known for its hide and woven blankets. This is the area where they dried the hides. Clean and dried cow hides were traded with Yankee ships in exchange for manufactured goods that the mission needed. The hides were tanned and used for shoes, saddles, belts, and clothing. The soldiers lived in the quartel. They were responsible for enforcing Spanish law and protecting the mission.
And that's your black powder, that's your lead ball. Bring it up, wipe the steamer off, and put it in the glass can, goes to prison. Put the rest of the powder down the gun, the ball being glass, and I tap it 2-3 times.
Mexico fought and won its independence from Spain in 1822. In the 1830s, the new Mexican government took control of the mission from the Padres. By this time, the Native American population was down to 400. As a result of diseases like smallpox and measles, some died during the Indian Revolt of 1824. The mission Indians were finally allowed to be free without any supervision. The mission system collapsed, and the mission fell into ruins.
Here we are at the visitor center, and we have just been done. We have traveled back to the future. And if you see there, to prove it, there are cars.